Okay, back to where we were. We have our Tupperware with the rubber bands around it, and we were talking about the jumbo paper clip. The jumbo paper clip, what we want to do is bend it straight, and I will come up with a nice little paint graphic to make it look. Now you can either use it like this, or what I found is a better use for it is to take the end of it and bend it all the way up. So that way you create a small loop right here, and that holds the electric motor in quite well. And we'll want to do that for both of them. So you see we make them pretty close to the same, and then we put them on each side. Now if you want a nice way to hold it steady is to get a piece of tape. This could be either electrical tape or it could be normal tape, whichever we want to put in the instruction manual. As you can see, I am putting it along the end right here, specifically leaving a tail out because we're going to have to come back later once we put our coil on and adjust it up and down. So let's put our other piece of tape on, and this is just to give it stabilization because we are going to put clips onto these. Now let's see how well this is going to work. Seems to be holding it pretty well. Now we've got our little electric coil up here at the top. As you can see, our arms are bending out. This is normal. You're going to have to play with it. We can put it in a troubleshoot, or very last step is readjust the arms, and as per needed. We don't want that far away. We don't want too far away from the magnet itself. Once we apply electricity to it, the distance between the magnet and the coil will need to be pretty close. Next, we're going to use alligator clips. These clips can be used also to stabilize. That's the reason why I left a little bit of the wire open at the very bottom. It can be used to stabilize the arms so they don't go wobbling off too much. Just like before, it's going to be trial and error. It's not something where it's going to be something simple. It is a matter of getting it in place, as if needed as well, reapply more tape onto your ends. But as you can see, just a little bit of playing with it gets it right where you need it. Finally, we're going to take our battery and we'll take our two leads. We'll place one on one side of the battery, take the other. Let's see what's a good way to show this. Take the other and connect it to the other side. As you can see now, the coil is already starting to move with it. Usually you can move it around enough. Let's see. Looks like we are off angle just a little bit. When this occurs, you need to readjust your arms and maybe readjust your tape just a bit. Sometimes readjusting the heights work as well. And now we'll reattach our wire. As you can see, once we have electricity attached to it, it will start wobbling. It still keeps wanting to slide. Sometimes you may need to switch, as a troubleshooting, you may need to switch the polarity of the battery. Rather than going from positive to negative, you may need to switch it to go from negative to positive. It's the same thing, you're just holding one end up to the other battery, to one end of the battery, move the other, and usually you can move it around, and as you can see, the battery will start moving as you are moving the electrical circuit through it. That looks like everything's falling over again. As you can see, it is not a perfect thing, which is to be expected. Another method of doing it is to alternate the heights as to where what balance is going to be good for you with your clips. Let's try it again. Of course, it would work perfectly last night, but today it's deciding not to. Okay, so this is a failed attempt. This is where we go back to the drawing board and rearrange our wire to get more of a lateral . All right. And this would be where all goes to shit. Because I should have paid the $8 for the pre-made clips, and instead I paid $3 to make my own, and I fucked up.